Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new episode of the Civil Canadians. I am Scotty V, and yes, I am back. If you're wondering, last weekend I decided to take a break. So as I was taking that break, I had time to relax. So I'm going to talk about a few things on my list here, what I think is worth talking about. If it's a couple of days old, it's a couple of days old. But hey, it's what I'm here for. I want to give you my thoughts on what happened on throughout the week. So I'm gonna start off with some more rumors coming out of Doctor Strange 2 sequel. Apparently, Brother Voodoo may be in Doctor Strange 2. Now, uh, Doctor Brother Voodoo is sort of like Baron Mordo from the first film, is an ally to Doctor Strange, and at one point he was the Sorcerer Supreme. What before when Doctor Strange was away, I believe. So he may be joining one of the characters joining Doctor Strange 2, because apparently they might be using Nightmare, which I want to see them do some sort of version of the Nightmare, or even Mephisto, because I know a lot of people were complaining about how they wanted to see more spiritual aspects to Doctor Strange, and a lot of people were complaining about seeing Mephisto. I personally think it would be cool because we got Surtur and Thor Ragnarok. If you remember him, he's pretty cool, pretty awesome, but very underused. But if they can somehow bring Mephisto and maybe tie him into sort of like Brother Voodoo, if it depends on how they do it. If they do sort of like what they did with Baron Mordo, then he's gonna be sort of just like a normal human and stuff like that. But they can also make him a big cosmic being or one of the protectors of the other realities of the Doctor Strange universe. Because in the first film, which I recently watched last night, which is kind of pretty funny, that Doctor Strange went through when he was traveling through the multiverse when the Ancient One kind of flicked him. So yeah, he could, if they introduce Brother Voodoo, he could be from another dimension or from our dimension, who knows? But can help Doctor Strange fight off Nightmare with all his scary illusion type, well, not illusions, like real demon and scary crap like that. So yeah, so casting call went out for Brother Voodoo, so we're gonna see. They're gonna have to eventually confirm something. Because a lot of people complain, oh, they never confirmed Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, blah blah blah, because that's a Sony kind of a Sony property, so Sony had to make those announcements, which I don't think they did. If they did, let me know down below, but I'm not too sure if they did. But yeah, so a casting call went out for Doctor Voodoo, or excuse me, Brother Voodoo, for Doctor Strange 2, and the casting and the crew are slowly coming together. They still haven't got their director, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm pretty sure they know who they want to direct Doctor Strange 2. All right, so other big news that came out during this week. So reportedly, there's been two more Disney Plus Marvel shows in the works, and apparently one of them is Secret Invasion. Now, if they adapt that Secret Invasion storyline, it would be so cool. And they also have to introduce another big bad villain to replace Thanos, because Thanos was the villain they were building up to 11 years. But I don't think they're going to take 11 years to build up to the next villain, right? So they can do the Secret Invasion storyline. They kind of hinted at this in the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, when Talos and his wife were actually Nick Fury and Maria Hill, which kind of threw me off because Nick Fury was actually out in outer space. We think was at Sword. So that is reportedly in the works, and apparently the person who leaked this also was right about Quicksilver dying way back when in 2015, and also the budgets for Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. So how do they know? I have no clue. I'm pretty sure someone in Marvel, they have people working in Marvel that, hey, I'll give you this information, blah 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 blah. They're doing this, blah 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 blah. So this is a credible source that it's coming from. So yeah, so they were pretty much right about those past things, and if this guy or this site is saying Secret Invasion, I'm pretty sure believing, because they've been building it. They hinted at it at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, right? And they could use Talos again for Spider-Man 3 if they want to use him, because Spider-Man's kind of in trouble and he has to find his way around life now because everybody knows who Spider-Man is. So that could be something cool. And also, if they do the Secret Invasion story on Disney Plus, it gives them a lot of time to build up to the movies. So Captain Marvel 2 is in the works, so they can have the end of that Secret Invasion story take place in Captain Marvel 2, because she's more cosmic and she's dealt with the Skrulls and outer space problems. So the Disney Plus series could lead into Captain Marvel 2, because I don't think Captain Marvel 2 is coming to at least 2022. They could push it to 2023, but I don't know if they want to push it that far. But they can do the story on Disney Plus, which you can have 6 to 8 episodes building up the Secret Invasion, why they're doing it, why they want to take over Earth, and other stuff like that. And then the final conclusion to that Secret Invasion can be in the Captain Marvel movie, because now Kevin Feige said they're all intertwining. What happens on the TV shows will have an effect on the movies, and vice versa. Last thing I'm going to talk about. So we got some set photos of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and where we get our first picture of the U.S. agent with Sam Wilson's shield. So if you remember, at the end of Avengers Endgame, Captain America himself, Steve Rogers, gave him the Captain America shield, and Captain America chose Sam to be the next Captain America. Now, in this set photo, it's revealed that U.S. agent has the shield. What the hell is going on here? I'm going to give you my thoughts on this. So, the U.S. government found that Steve Rogers gave up his shield to Sam Wilson. Now, because Sam Wilson did not sign the Sokovia Accords, which, by the way, they're still a thing. Don't think that because the world is ending, or the world ended and then started up again, that the Accords don't apply anymore. So they're still in effect, and Sam was one of the members who were on Team Captain America and did not sign the Accord. So the U.S. government is on his ass, basically. So it's either they sent someone to go get the shield, they beat the living crap out of Sam Wilson and the Winter Soldier, got the shield, and then boom, it's with the U.S. agent. So the U.S. agent is basically the government's replacement for Captain America. So they picked who they want. And then I believe at the end of the series, that's when we'll get Falcon as the official Captain America, because they're going to go through a journey with Baron Zemo, who's also the main villain of the show. So he's going to have some effect, because his master plan was to break the Avengers apart in Civil War, and he accomplished his goal. So the Avengers were divided. He successfully did his job, and he wanted to divide the Avengers apart and make them kill one another, which they almost kind of did. So his plan was successful, and I'm pretty sure he has a new plan to take down the Falcon version of Captain America. So the costume looks great. I'm pretty excited. This show's coming out later on this year. I don't know when it's coming out. I heard some people say it's going to come out around August, September, because they pushed up WandaVision to 2020 instead of 2021, which I'm pretty fine with, because I think She-Hulk is coming around 2021 with What If. I think what they should have done was leave WandaVision for 2021, bring Marvel's What If end of December 2020 this year. So have Falcon and Winter Soldier end of September or end of August, early September, play it off for a few weeks, and then have Marvel's What If. But if they wanted to introduce WandaVision first, I'm totally fine with, because WandaVision is going to have an effect on Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange apparently is going to make a cameo in this movie. So I'm excited for what Marvel has up their sleeves. I also can't wait for DC, what they're also going to have up their sleeves. There's no DC news, so there's nothing really for me to talk about on DC. But yeah, that's it for this week's episode, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you share this video all around the internet. So, depending on how Super Bowl goes, I'll make some sort of announcement on what I'm going to do with the channel. Pretty much everything's going to stay the same. I've talked to a few people, and they gave me their opinion on what I should do, and I'm going to take their opinion. So pretty much everything's going to stay the same. Just how I do my content is going to be a little bit different. Alright guys, see you soon. Be good. Make sure you subscribe and check out our other videos. Alright guys, see you soon. Be good.